I'm Matt. I call myself Chief Instructor of Education Evolution. And last night I was kind of thinking how I wanted to give you guys an idea of my perspective on what we're doing. And I actually started thinking a lot about an old kind of rent-a-CFO that I used for a company in the past. And we would often kind of spitball around computers and using Excel and really using these things as tools and kind of commiserating on, hey, we're doing all this stuff and we actively use our computer as a tool. And there are a lot of people out there that just don't have the skill or know-how or whatever to kind of use it in the same way. So we started talking about computers as really a tool of getting work done. And as I started thinking about that, and really relating it to how we see the world and what we're doing, the computer is one sort of tool, but other sorts of tools are sales education, marketing education, finance education. Those skill sets are tools that we go out into the world, and really, that's how those skills and those tools are how we kind of push our ideas forward. And so when I look out in the world today, what I see is a very large skills gap, mainly caused by the influx of these large internet companies. And really, they're changing the way that we need to conduct ourselves and do business. And the skills gap I see is really one where it's not to say people are unskilled. They simply have not been taught how does the internet affect your business. And really, it really strongly relates to small businesses. They may not think they are competing with Google or Facebook or Amazon, but in reality, they are, because those companies have reach into basically every organization today. So what Education Evolution is really a way to fill that skills gap. And I'll describe to you how and kind of why we do that. Hopefully this works. All right. So first question is, why does a skills gap exist? And we kind of have three reasons we think it exists today. One, content. And when I say content, again, it goes back to those skills. People are not being taught the proper education to fill those skills and gain those tool sets that I described earlier. Two is convenience. Most people are pursuing entrepreneurship or some sort of entrepreneurial activity is really a side gig. So understanding that people are working during the day and maybe can't come to something like this to kind of learn those new skill sets is really important for us to understand. And kind of last is cost. There's all sorts of MBA programs that kind of cater towards working full-time and stuff like that. A lot of these programs are pretty expensive and really aren't designed in a way for the people that we're targeting to take advantage of. So those are really the three core kind of gaps that we're trying to fill with our offering. All right, so let's talk about content really quick. So we like to say that we provide relevant programming. So we are providing the programming that fills kind of that content skills gap. And first thing is we want to make sure it's quality. So our first driver, and why I mention it first, is we're trying to establish that we provide quality content. This is not a second-tier business for us. Our first priority is quality content, and that's what we put our effort into. Second, focus. So we focus narrowly. We aren't offering broad-based topics. We're focusing on very specific skills relevant to conducting a small business in kind of an internet-first economy. And last, value. We're trying to provide skill sets forward that offer value in the market. So, we aren't just offering one-off classes. We design these things as really courses that have certificate programs attached so that there is a value that people are taking away. It isn't just coming and learning. It's something you can put on the market and say, hey, I've learned this. All right, and we have a kind of a variety of different types of courses that I've listed here, but as you can see, mainly really kind of business and small business focused. All right, so I keep saying we. Well, obviously, a piece of making sure that we have relevant and high quality content is making sure that the we can stand behind that, and that we are actually able to do what we say we're able to do. So first off, we're educators. I'm on a board of an independent school. Our other members have some sort of education affiliation, or bare minimum, a passion for education to be involved with the organization. 2, we're entrepreneurs. Everybody's either started their own company or worked at a startup, so we have experience in kind of the startup industry. And 3, we like to qualify ourselves as experts. That doesn't mean that I'm an expert in every single thing I talk about, but it does mean that if I talk about it, we'll bring someone in that is an expert. So we really try to curate and make sure that the people that are providing the content are experts in their field. All right, so that's content. So let's move on to convenience. So we've got an interesting course format that really tries to make it very easy for people to consume the content that we're creating. So 1, it's either live or recorded. So for instance, I'm recording what we're doing now. I'm actually live streaming it. So there may be people watching this live. If this was a course, it would be the same way. You can either sit in a chair and see it, or you can see it live online, or we record it for consumption later. And as I just mentioned, so it either is online or classroom. We basically provide both formats. Some people learn better in a classroom environment, in a captive classroom environment. Some people learn better online in the comfort of their own home. We try to provide convenience for both audiences. And last, we provide, I mentioned this before, coursework plus certification. So, we're not just providing one-off courses. There is kind of a means to an end. There is kind of an end goal in how we construct our courses. All right, so that's how we cover convenience. So last, really, cost is a main driver in what we do, obviously. And we provide everything at one low price, regardless of format, consumption pattern, whether you're in classroom, out of classroom. Everything is done at one low price. And so we provide course content. Generally, they're 8-week courses for $399. That includes all the coursework and certification. And then graduates get a few additional benefits. So graduating a course from us gives you, follow-on benefits kind of as you move forward and may be interested in different courses. However, oh man, that didn't quite work. All right, so we've actually been able to drop that price to $199 through qualified community organizations. So I know we've got an SBDC member. I'm working on the SBDC, but I haven't quite got there. But we work with a few chambers of commerce that actually allow us to lower that price down to $199. So we try to provide value not only to the people that are participating in our coursework, but also the people that are housing us. And really allowing us to put these programs on at a really attractive price. So that's basically what we do. I've got this up here just to kind of show you what we're broadcasting right now. So this is a course that we're running starting July 9th in Costa Mesa. It's on sales and sales intelligence, generally just really talking about sales skills in a modern internet economy, and that's kind of the next course that we're going to be running. So that's kind of the end of my presentation. I do have some other stuff that I can talk about if you want me to, or we can go directly into questions. But this is kind of, I don't know how you guys do things. I'm assuming you do asks, but my first ask is take a course if you're interested, obviously. And we're providing a free sign-up for people that can, frankly, show up and do it live. And this is in Costa Mesa. So this doesn't necessarily need to be for you, too. If you want to share this with someone that you think can take advantage of it, that works as well. And then my other 2 asks, if you have any kind of partner recommendations you think would be interesting for our business, as well as any content types of skills recommendations that you think might be interesting for us to look at. I'd love to hear that. And then obviously anything about, our business and that type of stuff is obviously welcome as well.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah.